What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, I'm going to be replacing the clutch master cylinder in my 2005 Mustang GT, so stay tuned. As a lot of you guys know, I recently replaced the clutch and slave cylinder in my Mustang GT, and right after doing that, my master cylinder started leaking. So I'm going to replace that today, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. As you guys can see down here, right there is the culprit, and it's a little wet around there, and it doesn't hold pressure. So here's the replacement part from FTE. So this is the one that we're going to throw in there. I realized that the master cylinder that I currently have in the car has a metal end link here, and that's a common upgrade for these because these plastic ones tend to break over time, and that will leave you stranded because then once you push your clutch in, it'll just stick to the floor. This one is kind of a cheaper version, and honestly, I don't really care because this is a budget car. I don't really care too much about it, and it's got 300,000 miles on it. I just need this thing to limp along. I'm not gonna lose too much sleep over it, but if you're gonna do this and you want to get a really nice one that's going to last you a long time, I would suggest getting one with a metal end here because that'll probably last you a little bit longer. So now let's go ahead and get started with the process. The very first thing that I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to remove the driver's seat. You don't have to do this if you can get under the dash comfortably, but I'm going to remove mine to give myself a little extra room to move around. So first you have to get behind the driver's seat and pull these covers out. So they're going to pull out straight this way. And then you can get a 15mm socket on these two nuts back here to remove them. And then over here at the front, you have two 13mm bolts that you'll have to remove. And then at this point now, you can pull the seat back like this and get to the wiring underneath. So there you go. I just used a pick to kind of help jimmy this guy out. Just pull that one out, and then there's a little tab that you just push down here, pull it out. These two weren't too bad to get off, but while you're trying to hold up the seat at the same time, it can be a little bit of a pain. So it can help if you use a jack stand to hold the seat up, or if you have a second set of hands, that helps too. Now excuse me while I vacuum this out because I am not laying in all these nasty crumbs from the previous owner. All right, there we go. Much better. So now I have much more room to get in here and start disconnecting things. But before I do anything under the dash, I'm going to move this guy out of the way, just that way I can get access to these lines back here. So these are two 8mm bolts. All right, so there you can see there's your two lines there. So we have to disconnect those. Okay, so now that's drained, now you have this line at the bottom here, and as you can see, there's a little clip on the right side there, so you just want to get a pick and pull that out and it will release. All right, now that all of this is disconnected, now it's time to move on to the inside of the car. All right, well, here we are. So you do have to remove your clutch and brake pedal assembly to get this thing out of the car. So the very first thing that we're gonna do is remove this clip that holds in the pin for the brake master cylinder. So there's this cover here. You have to open up this cover, and then there's a yellow pin or a clip that basically attaches to the back of that pin, and then you just remove that, pull out the pin, and then you should be free from the brake master cylinder. Okay, now next, up at the very top here, you have these two 13mm bolts that hold in your assembly to the top of your dash. So now you have 4 nuts that hold on the assembly to the brake master cylinder. You want to remove those, and those are 13mm nuts. You also have to use a long socket to get around the stud. So now after that, you will notice that the entire assembly is loose. So you want to disconnect wiring like this guy here. You also have wiring here. And then I believe you got one up at the top there, that orange guy. And then possibly up here as well. So I will show you guys every single one of the connectors that you want to disconnect once I get this out of the car. So real quick, I did want to show you guys this one before I take it out. So some of these are easy to disconnect just like that. However, some of them are a little bit easier to disconnect just like this. So Ford did this in a way that it's really nice and easy. So all you have to do is twist this up like that, and it pops out super easy. So I'm just going to let that hang. This orange one also does the exact same thing up there. So that's how I was able to take that guy out. And then this guy, you just have this little clip here. You just push that in. Super easy to do that. Okay, well, look at that. So there it is. This is the part back here that goes through the firewall. So these are the hoses that we removed earlier. Right here is the clutch master cylinder. This is that linkage there. And then, so here is where those sensors go that twist out of the perch. So yeah, basically with those ones, you just twist those out. That's where the orange one was. This is where the black one was. This one also twisted out, but it was super easy to disconnect this one, so I just pulled that out from the wiring. And then, yeah, we also had this wiring here as well. So there should only be 4, I believe. And then once those are all disconnected, it's kind of a pain to get it out. You have to do a little bit of wiggling. One of the harnesses kind of catches up here, so you have to move that out of the way. Just kind of pull it out like that, and then snake it through. It's pretty tight, but you just kind of got to wiggle it a little bit, and it'll come out. All right, so here we are. This is the clutch master cylinder. So the way that we're going to remove this is we have to remove this clip here that will allow us to get this linkage off of the clutch pedal. After that, we have 2 Allen bolts. These have to be removed to get it off of the assembly. So the reason why you have to remove the entire assembly is because Ford decided the best place for this bolt was literally in the firewall. So this grommet right here, this is the grommet between your firewall and your, I guess your interior and your engine bay. This is literally the firewall right here. And as you can see, that bolt is literally in the middle of the firewall. So you can't get to this unless you remove the assembly, or if you like cut your firewall like here and then you get a ratchet in there or something. But even then, I still think it's just less of a headache to just remove this entire assembly. So first things first, I'm going to remove this clip. I'm just going to use a pick here to get under, pull this tab up, and then scooch it forward just like that. And then you can pull off this linkage here and push it over to the side. Next we have our bolts here, and these are a 5mm hex. And you also have a 10mm nut on the back here, so you want to hold this so that way it doesn't spin while you disconnect your bolt. And now I'm going to pull out this grommet and loosen this back bolt. As you guys can see, the plastic housing here is cracked, so my guess is that's the problem. Well, I'm doing a little bit of chronological magic here, but I almost forgot. So I'm going to bench bleed the master cylinder. Usually you would just leave this off of the assembly, but I already assembled it, so I'm just gonna do it on. So basically what I did is I got this little hose. I just cut this off of some fuel line that I've got. So this fits perfectly into here, and I just kind of shove it in there as much as I can. And then I'm going to put it into this nice fresh .4 fluid. And then I just basically want to put both ends of this in there and then just pump this, a few times, probably more than a few times, to try and get all the bubbles out of this. So that way, when we get it into the car, I don't have to have nearly as hard of a time bleeding this thing. This is gonna make it much easier on me later. So we're just gonna go ahead and bench bleed this. And once you begin to see less of the large air bubbles coming out of your hoses here, you'll know that your bench bleeding was successful. And of course, because we still have to connect to the lines on the car, there's still going to be some amount of air that gets into the system, but this is just going to make it a little bit easier because now there's some fluid in here that's going to help us kind of get started in bleeding the system. So now I'm going to take my nice new assembly and feed it in. And reinstall my bolts. There we go, nice new clutch master cylinder installed. All right, well from here, the installation is the exact same process in the reverse order. So I'm just gonna go ahead and reinstall this, and I'll get back with you guys once I have it reinstalled. All right, well there you go, everything is back together. It goes back together much faster than it does being taken apart. And also don't forget to top off your reservoir here. So now it's time to bleed it. So Ford did not put a bleed valve on the slave cylinder like pretty much every other car in existence. So with this car, I'm going to try and basically just pump the crap out of the clutch pedal until things bleed with the cap off. And sometimes this works, especially if you've already bench bled the system. So I'm gonna try this, see if we can get it to work. If not, I might have to basically get a rubber cap here and then get like a barb fitting and then a hose, and then I have to get like one of those vacuum pumps and pump out the air manually, and that's how I'm gonna have to do that. But I'm hoping that I can just do it with the clutch pedal and it'll come out automatically. So here goes nothing. Well, there you go, guys. After about 10 continuous minutes of pumping the clutch pedal, it is finally bled. So I filled this all the way up to the tippy top and just kept pumping the clutch until it firmed up. Just be patient, it will get there, guys. And make sure to continually check your fluid. Mine really didn't drop a whole lot because I bench bled it, but if you did not do that, it probably will drop quite a bit. Again, you wanna make sure that you don't drop below the minimum line here. So just make sure that's topped off. But again, this is my second time doing this with the just pump it up method. I haven't done it with a barb fitting or anything like that. I really just haven't had to do that. So, who knows, maybe you do have to do that on, certain occasions, but, if you just keep pumping the clutch pedal, in my experience, this has worked out pretty well. But there you have it, guys. That's all there is to it to replace the clutch master cylinder in your 05 to 09 Mustang. But if you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments below and I'd be happy to help you out. And as always, if you enjoyed the content for today, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Mustang content. I'll catch you guys next week. Later.